to celebrate his life. You are most of you here in Masbate are the part of the first chapters in Dad's life. And so I thank you all for being his friend, either his friend, his mother, his father, his sisters and brothers. You have been such a blessing to me because without you guys, you know, all of you contributed to his being. And so I am grateful for playing that role in Dad's life. When he was diagnosed with liver cancer end stage, I knew God will take him already. Why? Because see that he never drank alcoholic beverages, well except for wine, which is recommended by the doctor. So hindi siya uminom ng alak, never siya nagsigarilyo, never siya gumawa ng anything na makakasira sa kanyang katawan, which he considers as Christ's temple. So, nung na-diagnose siya noon, life has funny ways of, taking people. God has funny ways of taking people. And that's one example of it. It was a mystery to us, what's the cause of his death. It was a mystery of, what's the cause of his cancer. Because all that leads to him having liver cancer are actually hindi niya ginagawa yung mga causes. When Dad was diagnosed with cancer, I remember praying for a miracle to happen for 4 days and for 4 nights. I kept on asking God to prolong my dad's life. I kept on asking God to make us witness a miracle. And so on the October 12th, specifically in the time of 7:35 a.m., God answered me with a miracle. Although not that I prayed for, but either way, a miracle is bound to happen. It's either God will heal him or He will take him with him in His paradise. And so I'm happy na God did that. In a way, I'm sad for me, but I'm happy for him. It's our loss after all. It's not that. It's his game. He's happy. Only us are mourning right here. Si Daddy, what I told Mr. Bravo before, yes, he will slap me in my face with criticisms. Usually sasabihin niya mediocre pa yun. Usually sasabihin niya it's not enough. Pero yun nga, I just appreciated how yung na-meet ko yung ibang batchmates niya in Manila and here in Masbate. I appreciated how he was bragging about us, how he was proud of us. And he was even proud of me more than I am proud of myself. Because I take pride in my dad. Kasi ang daming nagsasabi na, di ba, his pride and stuff. And I think I can never parallel that. So, you know what? The human mind is designed to process in a way that we can only think of things that, God thinks outside the box. God thinks out of the box. And our minds are too small to fathom God's perfect plan. So paminsan, I just take comfort on the fact that God has a special plan for me, for my family, on why He took that from us. Sinabi ko on Dad's deathbed, sabi ko, Dad, ang daya mo naman kasi you have your parents with you. Uunahan mo pa sila. Gusto ko pa kasing i-share sa'yo yung accomplishments ko, yung achievements ko, even my failures. Kasi as a son, I think that magkaroon man ako ng success, kahit anong success sa buhay, kahit anong honor, glory, recognition, and even financial abundance. I think that I will always feel underprivileged because I have no father to share it with. Eh siya, he had that opportunity. Sabi ko, Daddy, please give us that privilege. Pero I don't take it negatively na he did not give me that privilege because after all, he wanted to. Pero it's God's will that my father was taken away from me. As a son, all I can say about that is he was not your typical father. Sobrang he has a funny way of showing love. Kumbaga, si mom sa bahay, siya yung caring side, siya yung caressing figure. Si dad, siya yung authoritative, yung disciplinarian, and yung strict figure. So kami, si mom palaging, we go to her in times of problems. I told this to mom before. When I want care, I go to mom for care, but I always go to dad for curiosity. Because I know that my dad is a very brilliant man. So, as a son, he gave me so much pride. As a son to Lola Elisa and Lola Pedro, I believe that he gave them so much pride. He as a sibling, he was a providential manner, as their pointer was. And as a father, he was a great provider. I can only say that about him. And as a servant of God, he was staunch. As the saying that popular character movie goes, pain demands to be felt. And now it is a very painful time for the family, for the people he left behind. Pero sa kanya, maybe he's never right now feeling it's all nice. Everything there is great. So wala na siyang pain. The pain has ended already. I remember na in one of our dad's talks, I talked to him, Daddy, what's your retirement? What do you plan when you retire? And he narrated to me how he wanted to put up a ministry here in Masbate. He was thinking of his hometown. Sadly, he wasn't given that opportunity. But I know that has been a servant of God and a very effective one. There in Manila, or maybe even here. Funerals are, after all, for the living, not for the dead. We are here mourning for Dad. We are here celebrating his life because for comfort, so that we will feel that we're not alone. We're here with Dad's loved ones, with the people who love Dad. Because frankly, si Dad, ewan ko may pakita siya sa funeral nito. Kasi his soul is not there anymore. So it's just us being here. It's just us mourning and celebrating his life. Kumbaga, it's Dad's gain and our loss. He's in a much better place, in a condition so much better than ours. I remember Tito Romy joking one time, yesterday night, nung umiyak si Lola sa tapat ni Dad, hindi niya kinaya, she broke down into tears because as a mother, it's too painful na anak niya pa ang unang mamamatay. So, sinabi ni Tito Romy na mas maganda pa ang kalagayan ni Daddy kesa sa atin dito. In which it is true. So, Lola, please be comforted by that fact na si Daddy in a much better place than ours. As to how I see it, you don't really experience life till you experience death. And as of now, I got my turn. I experience life the way it is in a harsh way. Kasi I always take pride on myself having no loved ones. No loved one died in my span of almost 20 years old. Pero pinakamahirap doon is yung una kong death experience is someone who's so close to me. And something that I did not expect. Before, I will admit to you people, I was very materialistic. I was very after material things in this material world. I was after new things. I was after success. Talagang hinahabol ko yung mga ganong bagay. Pero after Dad's death, nawala yung interest ko sa mga ganong bagay. Nawala interest ko sa financial, sa money. Nawala interest ko sa things. Ang daming tinuro sa akin ng death ni Dad. It's not all negative. We have to think of all the positive. Because as of now, we have no choice but to think of every positivity of the dynamic effect of Dad's death. So, my goal right now is, of course, I miss my dad so much, and my goal right now is to see him once again, to see him right there with his Creator. So, my dad's death is an inspiration for me to share the same faith with him, to walk his walk, to walk the walk he walked on earth. And by that, I hope I see him one day in the heavens, together praising the Lord. I would like to move on with I prepared a little presentation. These will be pictures of Dad. Inanarate ko sa inyo yung naging buhay niya, yung mga panahon na wala siya dito. Ian, please, project. So ito, we started with the picture that I last expected. Ito yung last family picture nila together. Yeah, that picture was their last family picture together. Reception ng wedding ni Tito Marlon. So that picture is a very precious picture sa aming lahat kasi kahit wala kami dyan, kompleto sila sa family. That's their last complete family photo. And next please. So yeah, manunod kami ng sine. Second to the last family photo of Dad together with his family. Next please. One of our last Christmases together. Yan, sa bahay ni Tito Marlon. We celebrate Christmas there. Yan yung best friend niya in Manila, also his brother in Christ. Our church in Manila, Calvary Reformed Evangelical Church, in which he was a staunch servant. Ayan po, doon din, the same Christmas thing, together with his